Hey guys, it's Richard from Ghost Hunter Gaming, and the original idea for this video was gonna be to cover some stuff about the new Sisters of Battle stuff that has come for Warhammer 40k. However, things aren't going to be, well, as you can tell, it's not going to be that. So instead, I figured I'd talk to you guys about something else. Now, there's something that a lot of people will remember from the days when this channel was known as the Zombie Messiah. One of my favorite games to play one of my favorite games of the current set of years, that being about 2010 to 2020, is Warframe. I like the hype. I like the fast-paced action. I like the endless customization that you have at your disposal. I like the variety of different frames and the fact that they each serve a different purpose. There's a lot of stuff to love about Warframe. Now, the reason I bring up Warframe is because in this video I want to talk about one of my favorite frames, which funny enough, this video that I'm going to be making this video, considering that we're supposed to be getting the rework for this frame in the near future. I'm hoping at some point this week, but chances are that might not be the case. That Warframe is Vauban. Now, here's the thing, there's an entire thing in the Warframe community where basically at the moment Vauban is only really good for his 3 and possibly his 4. When I say at this point in time, I only really speak for the console side of things, because the PC side of things already has his rework. I have not had the chance to experience the rework yet, because unfortunately I do not have Vauban on the PC version. I only have his Prime on the PlayStation version. But here's the thing. Vauban is still a lot of fun to use, even with his 1, 2, and 4. Now, for those of you who don't play Warframe, Vauban is essentially a gadget frame. He goes into battle with a variety of different gadgets that are tied to grenade-like orbs that he carries on him. He's got a Tesla mine where he lays it down, and it shoots electricity out at any nearby enemies. He's got a set of grenades that he can toggle with multiple different settings on them. 2 of which are a trip mine, a trip laser that he can deploy, and also and he can also set one to become a bounce pad. His 3, the Bastille, is the one that everyone uses him for, because what you do is you drop it, the enemies float for a moment, which is actually very useful in missions such as defense, where you just place it down at the defense objective, all the enemies start flying up, and you can just take them all out. The 4th ability for Vauban at this current point in time is his Vortex. What this does is he throws out another one of his grenades, but this one creates a gravitational field which sucks enemies into it. This is actually very useful, especially as I found in the clips in the clip that you're seeing. Yes, this clip is all me. This is all one clip of me playing Vauban. You'll notice at certain points that I actually combine the Vortex with the Bastille, because what it does is it floats the enemies up in the air. However, the Bastille, there are a few enemies that the Bastille actually misses out. So what I do is I also put down the Vortex, so that way any enemies that aren't caught in the Bastille are most likely going to be caught in the Vortex, as well as the enemies that are already caught in the Bastille they also get sucked into the vortex, which can help to make it a lot easier for you and your allies to shoot at all the enemies in the area, because you got them all in one place. And I haven't tested this theory out yet, but I get the feeling this could possibly be paired up very well with mag, another frame that I really like, that a lot of the community says is hot garbage. But I love mag. Because one of mag's abilities is to create a bubble around an area or an enemy. And what you do is you shoot into the bubble, and the bullets will actually travel around the bubble, hitting any targets that are in the bubble. So what you could possibly do is you could take mag's bubble, put it around Vauban's vortex, especially if it's combined with the Bastille, have all the enemies in the local area be sucked into this one condensed area, and have everyone shoot into the bubble, which would decimate all the enemies in the vortex. And that does and don't tell me that does not sound like an interesting idea. Just being able to have all the enemies in one area with what is essentially an anti-miss ability placed around them, so that way all you just do is look at the bubble, you shoot into the bubble, even if you're not aiming directly at the enemies, so long as it's still in the bubble, those enemies in the vortex are most likely going to die. And this is one of the best things about Warframe, the fact that you can figure out so many different ways to combine the abilities of different Warframes together to create more tactical opportunities. Which is ironic considering that Vauban is considered the tactical frame because of all of his different mines. Now, one question I suppose a lot of you guys are having, although this is probably going to make the video pretty dated: am I looking forward to Vauban's rework? In a way, yes, because there are some aspects about Vauban that I'm not a big fan of. At the moment, Vauban, as far as I can tell, does not have a way to heal himself. Now, I doubt very much there's going to be a way for him to regain health effectively in the rework, but still, that's just one gripe. That's one gripe that I have. But it's one of those ones where I can say, yeah, it's probably not going to happen. If it does, great. If not, then it doesn't really matter. However, some things that do matter are the fact that the Tesla mines can actually be pretty weak at times, especially against enemies such as the Grineer. It can be a little bit. Also, you do kind of have moments at times where you want to throw down a trip laser, but you forgot that you set the mine to its bounce function. So you mean to throw a trip laser, but instead you throw a bounce pad, which just causes the enemies to go up over any other traps that you wanted to set. But yeah, other than that, Vauban is actually a pretty solid frame, and I can't wait to see what the rework does with him, especially since I'll actually be able to check out the rework because, you know, I actually have Vauban. Now, also one other thing that I would like to say is the Citadel skin for Vauban is a pretty cool deluxe skin. However, there's just one thing that I kinda don't like about it: the feather frill at the top. I mean, Jesus Christ! At the moment, well, after I recorded all the the clip that you're seeing in this video, I actually went to the arsenal in my lander, and I changed the helmet on the Vauban to his prime aim helmet, because I do not like the frill, that feather. I mean, yes, it does kind of make sense for him to have it, since it's supposed to be almost like a knight. However, in my opinion, it just makes the thing look ridiculous. It's something that I'd expect on an Octavia skin, not a skin for Vauban. So I don't know if D can go about redesigning deluxe skins, but if they can, could you please try and find an alternative for that frill, please? I mean, if you want a decoration on the helmet, then by all means, just not that. Jesus Christ. But anyway, now I'd actually like to know, do you guys want... I might try making this a series where I talk about my favourite Warframes. Would you guys be interested in seeing that as a series? Just me with some gameplay of the particular Warframe in question, and me talking about it. It might be one that I can... In fact, who knows? It might be content that I could bring out on a much quicker basis. And before anyone says no, I'm not going to do the same sort of thing with weapons, because if I did it with weapons, yeah, it would be it would just take forever, especially, and also it wouldn't be complete. And also, I don't want to do weapons and the reason I want to do frames instead of weapons is because the frames do have not only do the frames have a bit more personality than the weapons, but also I have near enough all, if not all of the Warframes. The only one I'm really missing at the moment is Grendel, but that's because he's not out on PlayStation yet. That will be just a heads up. That will be changing when Grendel's released on PlayStation. But at the moment, I have all the current Warframes that are available in the game. Near enough. There might be one or two that I'm missing. I'm not sure. But with weapons, I don't have all the weapons for the particular Warframes. However, if a Warframe does have a signature weapon, I will include it in a video about said frame. But that's the closest I'm going to get to talking about a favorite weapon. But as I said, I'd really like to see if you guys want to see me do a series just based around particular favorite Warframes of mine, because as you guys know, I really like Warframe, and so I feel this is the best opportunity I have to talk about it. But what do you guys say? Let me know in the comments. And also, while you're there, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. This has been Richard from Ghost Hunter Gaming, signing off. Have a great and pleasant day.